Welcome. I'm really excited about what we're looking into today because it's not just, a topic. It feels like something that could genuinely shift how you start your day. Every single day, we've been exploring this really compelling collection of, powerful messages and morning prayers. And our goal today is to really unpack these, see how they're sort of designed to help you, our listener, kick off the day with purpose and peace and just a really strong sense of positive expectation. So yeah, let's get into it. Explore this unique way to really seize your morning.
Yeah, and what's so interesting, I think, is how these messages try to build not just like a vague belief, but something really tangible, an actual feeling of calm, of readiness for whatever's coming. They sort of give you this structure for approaching the morning with real intention, which honestly can fundamentally change how you see and react to the hours ahead. It's like consciously setting a foundation mentally and spiritually before things even get going.
Right, that foundation idea feels absolutely key, doesn't it? The source really hammers home this point about starting the day with these kinds of messages, suggesting it's like a proactive thing you can do to prepare for, anything. And this is where it gets really interesting for me. The core purpose seems to be about calmness, patience, keeping things positive. It's almost like hitting a reset button each morning, mentally, spiritually.
It is, absolutely. And the immediate benefits they talk about are pretty deep. It's not just surface-level positive thinking. These messages are built to foster a real inner peace. And importantly, patience. Patience while you're waiting for what the source calls, divine intervention and blessings. So instead of just waiting around anxiously, it encourages this kind of calm, confident expectation. Think of it almost like priming your mind, like an athlete visualizing. You're setting up how you'll interpret things.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. And the overall feeling, the mood of these messages, it's not just quiet calm, is it? There's this real energy, positive motivation, this almost overflowing feeling. It sounds quite hopeful and ready.
Exactly. And if you look at the bigger picture, it's clear that actively, calling on a higher power for protection and also expressing gratitude. These are presented as fundamental. They say you should call upon God for protection and be thankful for your life. It's not just a wish, it's like an active declaration saying, I rely on this, I appreciate this. It aims to shift your focus and build security.
And that flows right into these incredible affirmations you find. Just imagine for a second starting your day truly, deeply believing that blessings are going to overflow for you, your family, your loved ones, and that they'll come from what it calls unimaginable ways. The source talks about the Almighty opening great doors and giving grace to your efforts. I mean, what does that do to your outlook? It sounds like a really powerful way to frame your day, right?
It really does. It taps into something powerful psychologically, maybe like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but, with that spiritual layer. By actively saying and expecting these good things, you're not just hoping. You're tuning your mind to see opportunities, to be more resilient. And probably more likely to act in ways that lead to that future you want. Which brings up an interesting point on what does it really mean when it says things like the enemy cannot stop your blessings or you will shine whether Satan wants it or not. For someone who believes this, it's not just talk. It's this deep conviction that nothing can stop your progress, leading to this amazing life where the grace of God will surround you wherever you are. It's about believing external problems can't derail your path. That builds incredible inner strength.
And that conviction seems directly linked to real-world results. The expectation is that, through these blessings, your work actually succeeds. You're able to be your best in everything you do. It even suggests people will notice. They'll ask, how have you done this? Because the blessings are visible. It implies this kind of grace makes your efforts incredibly effective, maybe beyond just your own hard work. It's something observable. So moving from those sort of external results, what about the inner world? What does all this mean inside? The source keeps mentioning being surrounded by peace and joy, moving forward with a heart full of hope. It seems like a really deliberate effort to cultivate this positive inner space, no matter what's happening outside. How did that actually work through these messages?
It really is a profound invitation, isn't it? The messages literally ask you to forget all your worries and start a new life today. They put huge emphasis on the power of trusting that prayers are heard and, crucially, answered. There's this promise that your efforts will be blessed, leading to success. So that act of trust is meant to create this deep satisfaction with yourself, with the world. Because you believe good things are coming, doors are opening. It's like actively rewriting your internal story, switching from worry to, empowered expectation.
And it really hammers home the idea of protection and guidance, too.
Yeah.
The messages say things like God will protect you, keep you with his angels, guide you with his light.
Yeah.
And the implication is huge. If you really buy into this, problems and worries just shrink, like you're wrapped in this divine safety net.
Yeah.
How does that kind of promised security affect someone day to day, their choices, their overall
Well, it could fundamentally change how you approach risk, right?
Mm.
Uncertainty, challenges. If you genuinely feel protected and guided, maybe you act with more courage, less fear, more resilience. And what's really fascinating is how the specific daily prayer they provide works. It's like a complete package for the day's intention. It's not just asking for stuff, it's a whole framework. And it starts with gratitude. Gratitude for making it through the night, for starting a new day with light. That simple act, right at the start, is a powerful anchor, psychologically and spiritually.
That flow from gratitude feels very intentional. And it moves quickly into this powerful self-reflection, seeking forgiveness. The prayer asks for forgiveness for all the harmful words said about oneself and believed. That's really insightful, isn't it? It tackles that inner critic, those negative thoughts we all have. And by asking forgiveness for believing them, it's like actively trying to break that pattern. Then it flips to affirmation, saying you're filled with love, peace, joy, empowerment, and abundance. After that, it asks for real help overcoming obstacles, filling that void within with God. It's a really holistic approach. Tackles the past, affirms the present, asks for future help.
Absolutely. And the prayer really stresses that today is a new day, an opportunity for a fresh start. It encourages you to consciously let go of yesterday, the regrets, mistakes, whatever didn't go right. It touches on a deep truth, I think. You can't go back and change the beginning, but anyone can choose to start right now and, with intention, build a completely new ending. It really highlights the power of the present moment, a commitment to moving forward positively, not dwelling on the past. It's about embracing possibility.
And it doesn't stop there. The prayer includes these really strong, active commitments for the day. I found that quite compelling. Things like committing to love more, share more, actively become the person you want to be. But it also gets very specific about daily spiritual practice. Vows to be faithful, worship daily, to hear from him every day, speak of him every day, see him every day. This isn't passive praying. It feels like an active pledge of deep, ongoing engagement, seeking that divine connection constantly.
Right. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, that commitment, especially wanting to hear and see God daily, it translates directly into asking for guidance, to harmonize one's life with the divine compass, and importantly, to listen to the inner voice that whispers his truths. It's a prayer for alignment, for intuition in your decisions. And it also asks for that divine light to spread, to touch family and friends too. So it's not just personal, it's about wanting that positivity to ripple outwards.
Yeah, and it all kind of culminates in this really profound moment of reflection, just acknowledging the privilege of being alive, breathing, thinking, enjoying, loving, and then this deep desire for God's essence to just infuse everything, to make thoughts holy so actions follow, to bring peace to the heart and soul, to strengthen the soul for what's right, and critically, guiding you not to rely just on your own smarts, but to accept God's will in everything. It's like a complete surrender, aiming for this seamless divine presence in every single part of life. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you maybe listening right now? These morning messages, these prayers, they're not just a few nice words. They offer a whole framework, a way to start your day with real intention, with gratitude, with a sense of divine purpose. It's much more than just wishing. It feels like a practice of alignment, aligning your thoughts, action, spirit with something bigger.
And that really brings up an important question to maybe reflect on. How could consciously adopting this kind of mindset, gratitude, forgiveness, that divine connection we've explored, how could that actually transform your daily life? Not just in the quiet moments, but in every interaction, every challenge, every choice you make. How might starting this way intentionally, consistently reshape your resilience, your outlook, even how you connect with others? It's quite something to think about, the potential ripple effect of starting your day like this.
A really powerful thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation about, seizing the morning. We really hope it's given you some interesting perspectives and maybe some practical ideas for your own daily rhythm.